Hello and welcome to this episode. It is sure to be educative, entertaining, and exciting. And if you watch through to the end, I have a special gift for you. So please stick around. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel or this is your first time, please do subscribe, for this is how you support the channel, helping us to keep giving you great educative, creative, and entertaining content. And for today, these are what you will learn. I am sure you are excited already, so let's get it started. Alright, so for this animation, I will be showing you how I created everything just using 3 characters and a few backgrounds, about 3 backgrounds also. And one thing I want you to know about this is that the characters in this animations are actually limited. They are just one view type characters, and as you can see right here, they don't have body tones or any special feature about them, just the hand. And you could see this was actually illustrated by an illustrator whom I commissioned to illustrate it for me. He didn't really do an amazing job as I would want him to do, because I was constantly explaining to him how I want him to split the characters. So there's this thing I want you guys to know: during creating characters, if the illustrator does not know how to create characters for animation and the illustrator only knows how to create characters for illustration purposes, you may have a problem. So while commissioning an illustrator to create a character for your animation, make sure the illustrator knows how to create the character for animation. You also need to have that idea at the back of your mind of how to also help him or teach him to create the characters for animation. So with no further ado, this is what I got and this is what I have to work with. And you could see this is just my character. And if you have been following my page, I just had to rig the character the best way I think I can. You could see the mouth is just the mouth and nothing has been done to it. So if we see right here for the female character, we just have the head, and I think I did a little bit of head tone just to give it. And this is something, if you have been following my channel, these are just simple rigs that you can do always, nothing really special. So I'll be showing you what I did for the animation, and it's going to be shot by shot or scene by scene to make you understand better my thought process and why I choose to do those things, and how it's a much more easier way for you to create your animation whenever you need to create. And lastly, I will drop this again: animation is about telling stories. It doesn't really matter the kind of character you have, as long as you're able to use it to tell the story you want. That is what is most important. And as you grow, you can make your animation much more exceptional to watch, but make sure you put story first, basically. All right, so we'll be moving to scene 1. On scene 1, this is what I did. So I'll play it out for you to watch. So that is the scene 1. So if I hit Ctrl J on my keyboard, what it does is that it isolates all the parts of the scene and just shows us the main part, which is what we'll be watching on the final render, to help us see what the animation is all about. All right, so if I play that right now, you will now see it properly. So alright, so you could see right here I actually did some lip sync. The lip for this character is actually in the description. If you want it, you can get it. It's very much available for you. And also you could see right here I put a star just to add some spice to it. Nothing really special. First scene, which is this, is them sitting under a tree. I just positioned them, nothing really crazy. And this is because the character is limited, or the characters are limited. So all I just need to do is just to show different shots of what is happening and hope the audience that are going to watch the animation will get the point at the end of the day, since everything has been created already. And this is scene 1 or shot 1. Then we'll go to shot 2. Shot 2, we have our character walking on the street, because the shot 1 shows the character and his girlfriend what they are about, isn't it? Then shot 2, this is what we have. So you can see the funny. This is really funny actually. So you could tell that his legs are not actually moving, it's just his hand. So what we're trying to do here is to simulate an emotion of him walking forward. Now, because the character is stiff and the character is not created in a certain way where we could actually do some major um, walk cycle or proper walk cycle, what I try to do is just show him from above the belly to his head and make him and simulate the idea of him walking. So if I hit Ctrl J on this, basically this is what we will finally see on the animation, and it actually looks as if he's walking. So this is what I want you to know in animation. Animation is all about what you reveal, is what you want the audience to see. While telling a story, you tell a story in a way where the person watching will assume that this is what is happening, but basically that might not be what is really happening. And at the same time, you are trying to work with what you have, because at a certain moment you may not have enough money to create certain type of illustrations, storyboards, or what have you to show or make your stuff the way you want to. So you find ways to present your animation that it looks right, and at the same time using different framing to create different type of shots that looks proper. Take for example this that I just showed you right here. So you think he's walking, but if I remove this shade, he's actually not walking. He's actually standing in a particular position, just moving his hands. And what is actually moving is the background behind him. So if I go to the background folder here, you could see that is what is moving. Okay. First we have a zoom in, and the next thing, the background starts moving while I already made an animation of him as if he's walking. So that is for shot 2. I hope this helps. Now we'll go to shot 3. This is the full shot of the background. So it's time for me to introduce the antagonist, the bully, the one who is trying to hurt the protagonist, the actor of the story, something like that. So if you see here, initially these 3 was not in the animation, so I had to recreate it. If I come here and hit it, so you could see right here I have 3. If I remove it, the tree is not actually there. I had to recreate it, and it looks a little bit different, but hey, it's not too much of a big deal. All right, so what I did here was to recreate it because I want the tree to be to not be blurry, because when I pick one of these trees here and zoom it in, the tree looks too blurry to work with. So what I want is I want something that is much more clear to work with. So I had to redraw this in Moho Studio, which is not a big deal. And using your point tool, all you have to do is draw and pick your colors and make it work. If you are following my channel, please follow my channel. If you are not following my channel, please follow my channel and learn how to create these simple things, because it is everything that I teach on my channel that I use to work on this animation, this very simple animation. All right, so now I have the bully behind the tree, and which is as simple as bringing him behind the tree here. So if I hit Ctrl J for you to see what's happening properly here, you could see him behind the tree, zooming in, coming in here. So what is he doing? He's watching this guy here that is walking, right? Ctrl J. So if we go to shot 3, this guy is walking to meet his girlfriend, and the bully here is looking at him. Probably want to hurt him, or probably want to steal from him, who knows. And yes, I must say at this junction that I had not created a specific script for the song, which I should have. And I will advise you, it's better you create a full complete script before you start your animation. But if you don't have and you just want to work as you go, because the thing is my table is a bit full and I'm creating a lot of things at the moment as I work. So whenever I get a fresh new idea, I just jump on it and create, since I'm not actually in a haste to. But the wisest thing for one to do all the time is to create a script for your complete animation before you start working, so that it makes your life easier and you know exactly what you should work on every single time. All right, so while the bully is looking at him and trying to find out what's happening, we go to the scene 4, or shot 4 if you want to call it. He has gotten to a junction and his girlfriend, which is on the Love Island here, has seen him. So she brings him up, she pulls him up and actually saves him from the bully, isn't it? So you could see where the story is going. So how did I create this? Very simple. I will just show you real quickly. All I did was to just create a rope, and this rope was created using the point tool. It's just a line, and all I did was add a brush to it. If I click on the rope and I go to my style, you can see the brush that I used here, this particular one, and I created that and I added it to it. And what I did was very simple. It was nothing special. The character is different from the rope, and all I did was drag the rope down, put the character in place while the rope fell down. I'll take that again. So while the rope dropped from the top, all I did was simulate it in a way, or animate it in a way. At frame 12, you could see I bent the rope a bit here, and at this point it dropped down at frame 24, and all I did was to drag the rope back first, then before dragging the character to follow suit as the rope goes up. Very simple, and you can do this in so many different ways as you want, but that is what I did. So nothing that complicated, or nothing too complicated. So if I hit Ctrl J on my keyboard, this is what we actually have, right? Okay, so maybe she's a super girl or whatever, but it's a cartoon, so we can get away with with anything we want. It's my cartoon and I can do whatever I want. It's my story, right? So at shot 5, all I did was just to present the lady, so that we know who is actually picking the dude up. So this is what we just did. All right, just presentation, since it's a music video, and that is what we have. So if I hit Ctrl J, so if you are wondering how I created this light by the side, all I did was draw this with my vector layer. So since we have this on our vector layer, all I did was draw it out like this, and I used the soft edge effect on it, and the soft edge effect was about 157, so that it will be very light on the character. So if I quickly render this out, this is what we'll have. All right, so you could see it. And also I just remembered, for all the characters, I made sure I had an outline for all of it, because when the character was created by the illustrator, because he did not so much of a great job, if you look at the outlines here, they are not really complete and they are not actually the same. So you can see the body outline is different from the hand outline, and we have this inconsistency all over the character, always looking off. So whenever you have something like this, the best thing you could do to solve your problem is going into the character. Right now you could see we have even lines all over the body. It's just double click and click on outline, and you put your line width and you choose the line color you want, and boom, you have this outline all over the character. As your character is animated, at least it gives it some sort of even line that goes round the body. And also I think I added a little bit of shading, so I added an auto shading radius, so about 4 pixels, to shade the character, to just make it look a bit different. It's just aesthetics, not so much of a big deal. And for this scene I also added let's see, I think I added a I can't really get it. I added something different on this scene, so let me see if I could pick it up. Okay, great. So I added a video, an MP4 video of an effect that is actually moving. So if I play this, I don't know if you could see it here. There's an effect of like a paper effect moving behind it. That is actually a video. So in Moho Studio, you could actually bring in videos of effects, maybe fire, maybe rain, whatever it is. If it's a video, Moho Studio will play it. So you could actually play MP4 and MOV, but usually Moho Studio is most compatible with .mov files, and if your .mov files is an alpha channel file, Moho Studio will also play it. All right, so let's move to shot 6. So shot 6, we now have the antagonist trying to climb up to the love island to meet the two lovebirds. So this is what we have. So we have him standing at first looking, then we have him looking at the love island. So to give the audience an idea, okay, I'm trying to get up there, isn't it? And that is that shot for that. And at shot 7, I now have him on top. So if you notice, I did not animate him climbing the rope. If you watch this, the first thing you would see is just from this shot here, he's looking at the love island. He raised his head up. Then on this shot, he's actually in the middle. Then on shot 8, we now see where he's going to, isn't it? You see them on the love island having some fun, the two characters. Then on shot 9, we now show the girl character. You can see me zooming into the girl character here. She's holding a knife actually because she's going to cut off the rope from the dude, right? So now on shot 10 that we have here, we see her smiling. So what I was trying to do here is to show them side by side, her face on top and his face below, where she's looking at him and he's looking at her like this, where she now finally cuts off the rope. And this is one of the easiest way I think I could show him, because I showed her with a knife at first in shot 5, no, shot 6, shot 7, I think shot 8, we showed her with a knife. Okay, this is shot 9, she's with a knife. Then at shot 10, he's looking at her and she's looking at him, then she cuts off the rope. Then we have shot 11, he's falling off. Ctrl J, so we see this properly. At shot 11, you could see the rope falling off and he's falling down. So how was this created? This is really simple. You could actually do it whichever way you want, but this is one of the ways I showed it. So what I'm trying to explain here is these characters, you could see his mouth was never closed, you could see his eyes, his hands didn't change, and so on and so forth. The characters are actually stiff and actually not fully created for major animations. But what I'm trying to say is you can actually tell your story with a character that is not fully. So I hope that explanation is helpful and I hope it makes sense to you. Do check out the complete short video of the animation which I just explained to you right now, and see how it was created, and hope you are able to also tell your own stories with minimal rigs and simple animations, because you don't have to waste so much time. Just go ahead and create whatever you want to create, how you want to create it with simple rigs. Your rigs does not have to be that complicated for you to tell an amazing story. So until the next video, keep watching, keep learning. Click the next video and learn more, and I will see you as we keep making great things happen. Peace. If you have watched up until this point, I want to say congratulations, and I hope the video has been educative, entertaining and enlightening. Do drop a comment below if you have any questions, special requests or contributions, and as promised, here is your gift. Do check out the link in the description below to get it. Most importantly, subscribe and support the channel, and make sure you watch the next video to learn something new, and I will see you there.